so and you end up not getting paid. I'm £4 grand because some thieving bastard just decided he wants something that's not theirs. It's starting to fucking grate a little bit at the minute. If you get these architects that do these like cheap fucking 50 quid drawings, I want to come to you from a no bullshit perspective. Welcome back to the Builder's Diary, guys. It's Monday, up and out this morning. Just got to go nip over, just have a look at the foundation over at Blurton Road, just check everything's all right, because there's a drain that needs to be rerouted to the back for a soil pipe, so I just want to check that that's right before I go any further this morning. Then nip over to Baskerville Road, just make sure the lads are all done and dusty, well, not done and dusty, but getting going on there. CU's in there, I think Plasterer's in there today, got a couple of lads in there as well. Sent Ben over just to give a hand on these drains, so let's get over there now, see what's happening. And then I've actually got my bike in the back as well. See, last week that I actually went riding for the first time in a good while, so back brake just stopped working, straight to the bars, had to ride with no back brake. So that needs to go into my mate's shop just to get that sorted. We've got that on the back as well. Yeah, and then that's pretty much today. Oh, we've got all the new jumpers. I'm gonna let the lads have them today. I'm gonna try and get a photograph done of us all, probably on Congleton Road, just because we haven't got one recently. We've got older photos of us all together, but yeah, need to get that done. Let's crack on. Just nipped over to Tyler and Josh over at Blurton Road just to make sure that these drainage is all sorted before we put the slab down, because obviously last thing you want is realise the drainage is not right when there's a slab over the top of it. So just confirm it, because there's nothing on the drawings. We're basically just working to what we think is right. So, which is generally the case on these smaller jobs. You get these architects that do these like cheap fucking 50 quid drawings, and yeah, there's no detail on them whatsoever. So a lot of them has to be kind of, we take responsibility for it. Last thing we do is want to pass it on to the customers, so they have a mind of it. So yeah, get it sorted and then get back over to Baskerville Road to the lads, because they're waiting for me now. So just nipped over, seen Corey and Bryn over at Baskerville Road. They are cracking on now there, just last bit of coving and sealing that just needs to come down, needs to be reboarded. I was trying to save it because the coving was really nice, but both the electrician and the plumber with the pipes and the cables have basically chopped straight through it instead of trying to go behind it. So yeah, but it is what it is, so it's got to be sorted. So they're cracking on with that now. Ben's turned up over at Blurton Road just to give him a hand to get that drainage in. Bip and Martin, they're over on just finishing the loft conversion, ready for the final inspection by the building inspector. So just putting intermittent strips in, cutting doors down where they've took them off the carpet fitter, which honestly winds me up, because they didn't really need taking off. But yeah, that's another story. Yeah, so all cracking on. Obviously that means that there's no one today over on the Wimslow job, so which is again still having issues. Trying to, obviously, because we're doing that job for another builder, that not direct for the customer, it's got to a point where he doesn't want to work it like that no more because of CIS implications. If you don't know what CIS is, ask me in the comments, I'll explain. Yeah, so he wants me to go direct now, but obviously the customer's got a development loan in his company's name, so she needs to chat that with him. There are also issues that have been picked up by the surveyor for the structural warranty that obviously need dealing with by him, because it's the work that he did before we actually, you know, took over the project. So yeah, so that'll give us time to sort that out basically. I have had a conversation with a customer over the weekend, but struggling to get hold of the builder, so which has been a common theme throughout the whole of the job, to be honest. So which is making me not want to do any more work like B2B anymore. So I've tried it years ago, you know what I mean, like I say, we had that contract with Whitbread where we were doing all the Premier Inns and what have you, dealing with another business. Well, we were like in a chain of 2 businesses there. We were working for the subby who was subbing for Novus were working for Whitbread. So yeah, it just gets fucking, you know, if anything doesn't get paid, that gets passed down the line, so, and you end up not getting paid. So, or if there are any problems, you can't get in touch with the person who needs to deal with them because they just think that you're going to deal with them, but which is not. So one of them things, I suppose, but it's got to be dealt with. So get on the phone this afternoon and we'll sort that out. But let's get over now to our next appointment. And I've also got to drop my bike in at my mate's shop as well, just to get that back brake sorted. I know that's not work, but still needs doing. Still part of my day.
There we go, fucking after one for concrete. Darla's doing some buckets. Already got your pipe out there. We're getting manhole there. Pipe all the way across on the angle. Straight through the hole which Tyler's just done. These holes here. And then we're going manhole here, manhole where Ben's feet is there. All going into a soil stack which is coming onto this side now, I'm pretty sure.
Right, everything just turning up now. Boss man's taking the pallets for it, save us a job. Well, this is now MOT and sound blinded. Nice. Loving it, Ben.
Put some pictures in Monday night.
Right, now back at Baskerville Road. I have just been dropping my bike off. Obviously, nothing to do with construction, but needed doing. So I've just done that very quickly over at my mate's shop called Spokes Bike Shop. Shout out to Spokes, Silverdale, Stoke-on-Trent. And yeah, basically been over and had a quick look at another job. A little bit of a foreigner. So bit of a side job really, and then back here now just to catch up with the lads, make sure they're all right. I've spoke to Ben this morning, he's sound doing that drainage over there, and then at 1 o'clock we are meeting up to have some photographs done with the new hoodies and stuff on. So just here with all the lads, just having all the photos done in here with the new hoodies and stuff on. So we're going to go and try and find somewhere where we can park the vans up now and just see if we can get something done like that, all for the website and all the advertising, just makes you look like a more professional company. So, and means the lads get together, have a bit of a laugh as well, good for team building, stuff like that. So let's go crack on. All the photos are done now, look pretty smart to be fair, have a look at them. So yeah, what do you think? Basically got all the lads together, we've had some new hoodies done, just had some photos together. It's good, like I said earlier, the lads will get together, they'll have a bit of a laugh and that. Obviously it cost me a bit of money because I'm paying them while they're doing it, but you know, it's good for the company, so it's great for the marketing stuff. It shows people's faces, you know. I'm always a massive advocate that people do business with people rather than company logos. So I'll always like to show people's faces and show people who's going to be attending your job, you know, when we come onto your job. So that's all done now. I'm just literally following Ben back to his house. He's going to drop his van off and then we're going to shoot up to Wimslow to pick up this tippy because we're absolutely desperate now. We have got crap piling up everywhere and it's places where we can't get skips. Obviously we've been putting bits and bobs in the vans and getting rid of it that way, but it just shits all the vans up, and obviously you're not made for that, you know, just going to wreck the van. So shoot up there now, grab this tippy, get back, and then have a full day at it tomorrow. So me and Ben now, we're just nipping up, go get this tippy. Obviously need someone drive it back, can't drive two vehicles at the same time. So hopefully we'll be back in decent time, and then we can get over and maybe load it up. Depends on the time, I suppose, but if not, at least we've got it for first thing tomorrow morning. Just got back. There she is. There's a new pickup. So that's basically our new addition to the fleet, basically. So we've paid, what did we pay for? We paid 10 grand plus the VAT. So come to about 13 grand altogether. So reclaim the VAT back. We've dropped on, to be honest, I think. It's only done like 80,000, drives really nice, in really good nick. It's only had one owner from new, full MOT. Yeah, well, Ben's just drove it back, and so compared to the other one we've got a Fiat Ducato, which is pretty much the same as the Citroen. So it drives really nice compared to that. Gears are all nice and tight. Everything just feels tight, so yeah, see how it goes. We'll put it to work first thing tomorrow morning, and yeah, jobs are good. And obviously gonna miss the other one because it was, you know, we had that from new. It didn't have long left to be paid off. Obviously that's now paid off, so at least we haven't got that payment going out each month. We've just bought this one outright in the end, so that saved us 600 quid a month. But obviously we've just had, I think we had about 6 grand sent to us after they've paid off the other one that we had nicked. So, you know, that's cost us 10. So we've had to put 4 towards it. So I'm 4 grand down because some thieving bastard just decided he wants something that's not theirs. But at least we're sorted now. Get it over, get it, there's stuff on it already. I've got stuff here waiting for go. So we get it loaded up in the morning. It's going to do about 20 trips tomorrow, so, which is why we've been picking it up just so. But all done, dusted, back on the road. So here you'll see the lads are starting to dig out for a brand new water main for the job over in Wimslow. Got to take up the block paving, obviously. Not sure if we've got to try and reinstate this or not, but very much doubt it because it looks battered. But yeah, ready to dig there. And then if you look, all the ridge tiles now bed on the roof, completely finished. Lad just cleaning the scaffold off so I can get it down and we can crack on with that lower roof. Superb, lads, looks very impressive. So it's Tuesday, it's the Tuesday evening. I haven't picked the camera up yet today. Basically I just needed a day of uninterruptions, being able to basically pick through a load of stuff. Obviously the vehicle we had nicked, I've had to sort out all the issues with that, like cancelling the tax, all the bits and bobs that go with that, sorting insurance out, and then just a load of other tasks. So I will see you tomorrow.
Right, here we go.
Got the fridge bricks on, haven't we now, Josh?
Yeah. How easy are they? Sat multiple time, you?
Oh, look, I've had a bit of practice with that one over there, so.
Video's on 16 seconds now. Roughly about a minute.
Yeah.
I think they are easier.
Let's have a look for a plump. Banging.
Not bad, not bad.
All the way. So the way like. What's line pulls it to be banging here, Will?
Yeah. Yeah, about what? 1 minute. Set a profile up on your own.
Morning guys, it's Wednesday now. Up and out this morning, got to pick up some paint for Corey. It seems that Penkelney Road is finally drying out, so obviously doing the roof did the trick. So yeah, getting over basically to B&Q because I made the mistake of buying paint from B&Q. So obviously he's ran out and needs a little bit more, just finish it off. So I'm just going to go pick that up and meet him over there now, and he can get that done. Lads are cracking on with the slab over at Blurton Road. That should be all prepared today and ready for concrete and inspection. Roofs, I think that's done over. Just need to speak to Bit this morning over on the Wimslow job. Scaffold can come down and get that lower roof in. Windows have been confirmed, they'll be coming next week. Yeah, so cracking on with that one. Baskerville Road, all the rubbish is now gone. Now we've got the tipper. And Damien is over there. Seems weird saying his name like that, Damien. Damo is over there skimming. So I've just had a chat with him now. He's got a little patch that he needs to do on Penkelney Road, and then hopefully we can get the furniture in that next week, get that rented out finally after the mither that we've had with it. So we haven't had much luck this year so far with property. It's just been everything we've bought's had its problems. So obviously you can try and anticipate these problems, and coming from experience, as in, you know, being in construction, you should be able to anticipate them a lot better. But you know, everyone kind of, you know, we're not all perfect, we miss things all the time, and generally that's why I really don't like older houses. I much prefer to build new stock because you can't see everything, you know, unless you start ripping carpets and floorboards up and taking wallpaper off. And when you're looking at these properties, you cannot, I don't care what you say, you cannot anticipate what's behind there. So I think the best approach sometimes is just to take it that you're going to do a back to brick refurb regardless of what's there. So that branch of B&Q ran out of stock. This is why I said this morning, made the mistake of buying it from B&Q. They fucking made it. So if you ever buy paint from B&Q, you have to make sure that they've got no, like, they're not going to discontinue the range basically, or they're going to have plenty of stock of it. So luckily there is another one, a place called Mia, which is fucking about 10, probably 20-minute drive for me. So I'm going to have to nip over and get it from there, because obviously half the wall's painted now. So yeah, fucking that. This is the shit you have to deal with. Let's try the second branch. Hopefully they've got some in. It's a bit bigger branch, so hopefully, fingers crossed. And we're sorted, managed to get it in there. So these are the little inefficiencies that we need to kind of get on top of, because obviously I've come out quite early this morning. B&Q obviously doesn't open till 8 o'clock, and then obviously one didn't have it in stock. I'm saying obviously a lot, aren't I? It's because it's all obvious, but it needs sorting. Basically, yeah, we came out early. B&Q doesn't open till flipping 8 o'clock. One store didn't have it. Now we've managed to find one that does, but it's now 9:10. By the time I get over to Corey on the job, it's going to probably be 9:30. There's an hour of the day gone, lost already before we've even started. And it's not really something you can anticipate, because it's, you know, the walls were all painted, finished, we had enough paint, job done, and then we had that roof leak, the chimneys leak, because we've had all this bad weather. But the problem we're having now is we've redone the roof, you know, put a scaffold up, completely redone the roof, repointed all of the chimneys, done all of the flashings, but it's still wet. So the only thing I can think of, there's nothing else that it can be. Are you with me? We've done everything. It's just the case of the weather's just not really let up. We've had the odd couple of days where it's been sunny. It's not really been warm, so it's not really having chance to dry out. Obviously we've ventilated the chimneys, so there's a lot more ventilation getting through there, but it's cold air still, so we need some decent weather in order to dry it out. So we're trying to paint it, and the damp's just continually just showing through. So it's like, what do we do now? You know, other than start stripping plaster off the wall to let it dry out. Obviously it's carpeted now, it's all done and dusted. These are the issues what you have with older properties, and this is the stuff that people don't talk about when they, you know, put whatever, you know, when they put their posts out on Instagram and Facebook and what have you. You know, all the social media content around properties are always really glossy and shiny, and they never show this kind of stuff, which is what I'm determined to do. That property's not plain sailing, it's not quick, and it's not fucking easy. You know, it might be simple, but it's definitely not easy. So that's why I want to highlight this stuff. So that property now is sitting, we are paying, because it's a lease option, we're paying rent on it. We need to get it rented out in order to get it performing, to get it earning, and these are the issues we're having. Obviously you can't rent a property out that's got damp issues, even though technically it hasn't got a damp issue no more, it's just literally drying out. But yeah, so anyway, let's get over there, get this paint to him. Ben has just rung me, he's come and pick the tipper up again because we need some MOT and bits and bobs. There's another issue. I've tried to get on top of the lads to make sure that they order materials up front to anticipate what they're going to need, and then it's ordered from the builders merchants, from the suppliers, wherever, and it gets to them when they need it, rather than having Ben, Tyler, whoever running round in a tipper, very expensive delivery drivers because they've been paid to undertake a trade, like kind of firefighting, picking stuff up when they need it, not before they need it. I understand that, you know, jobs have got a limited amount of space, but the Blurton job that they're on, it's got quite a big drive, so they can get stuff on there. But we are having problems at the minute with our local supplier. When we first went to them, but I am talking years, I think we've been going there 25 years maybe, but up until probably just after COVID, used to always, if you were in the trade and you were a regular customer, you'd get next day delivery, like that, sometimes the same day. Now you're lucky to get a delivery within a couple of days. The transport manager there has changed a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if that's the problem or whether it's just generally a lot busier, or they've got less trucks on the road because of the amount of fuel and stuff like that. So that's where we're suffering. That's why we have got the, you know, the pickup. But these little things are what cost you time and money. So we've got to try and get on top of them at some point. But for now, let's get over there with this paint. So the Penkle New Road property is now looking a lot better. Hey up, gone a bit dark, I'm walking through the alleyway. So I'll just show you quickly the front of it. Obviously we've redone the render at the top now. There's quite a bit on the bloody floor though that needs sorting out, so get the lads to sort. Just quickly cross over so as you can have a quick look. So all the rendering's done now, it's been painted. It does want another coat. Looks a lot better though, doesn't it? So we'll get the windows cleaned. I think it'll need another coat. We can get the downpipes put back on. Roof's been redone. All chimneys have been repointed. New flashings everywhere. But it's still... Hey up, it's getting dark again. There you go, light. But it's still quite damp in there. We've actually got 4 dehumidifiers in there at the minute. Just try and dry it out. We've got the heating on full. I can't show you inside because Corey's just took the key so he can get back in tomorrow. But yeah, heating's on full. We're just trying to dry it out now because we've just had no decent weather yet, have we? So we've had a couple of days of sun, well, not really sunshine, you know, not really that hot. So that's what we need, some warm weather just to dry it out, because we you know, we're dealing with a 9-inch solid wall. So once the moisture's in that wall, it can take a long time for it to get out. And the only way it's going to come out is into the inside. So that's why we've got the dehumidifiers in there trying to drag it out. But obviously it's trying to paint and it's just showing straight through. So you try to show a tenant around a property with big damp patches on the walls, even though if you explain that it's all been dealt with, it's just drying out, you're not going to want to rent the room, are they? So again, these are the problems you have in property that people just don't talk about, and I'm trying to change that. I want to, you know, I want to come to you from a no bullshit perspective of property, that these things happen and they cut into your profit margins massively. But none of these big, you know, hosts of bloody network groups and educators ever talk about any of this. They talk about the shiny stuff, you know, kind of getting financially free in so many weeks or even year. You know, some will call that bullshit out, but they even think that property is just plain sailing. You know, you buy a property, you get a builder and he does the work, you rent it out and you don't hear any issues. So it doesn't work like that. Buying a property itself, going through conveyancing, is a fucking nightmare. Regardless of how good your solicitor is, because it's not just your solicitor you're dealing with, you're relying on the other side, you know, doing the works all the time with these old houses. When you start stripping plaster off or stripping things back, you find cracks, you find rotten joists, you find roofing that's not, you know, upholding and working properly. You find stuff that you just don't see when you're viewing the property, and that's coming from someone who's experienced at looking for these kind of things. So, and then after that, we all know about tenants. You know, a lot of you people watching might rent property, might think you're the model tenant, you know, and look after the property. A lot do, but there's a lot out there that don't. You know, you've seen that one that I had trashed. It was a beautiful house and it's now up for sale. We've actually got a viewing on that on Thursday, coincidentally. So, but yeah, all done here now. Let's get back to the office. I am waiting for the final inspection from the building inspector on the loft conversion that we've finished over on Nutton Road, but not heard off the building inspector. I've just rung, tried to get hold of her, can't get hold of her, left her a message. So you watch, you guarantee I'll go back to the office now and I'll get a call, say she's on her way there. But yeah, and then a bit later on I've got a call with Chris and Alex, and then I've got a job to look at later on, an extension. Let's get back to the office.
Very weird position in that interest rates are still pretty high compared to what we're all used to, yet values haven't dropped, have the values are still rising. So it's like the best time will always be the day before today. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, well, yeah, but I've always thought that if the property's there and it's the right price, buy it if you've got the capacity. But
so what you've got to do, which is what I guess I was touching on as well, is like, or what we're always trying to do, is just to make sure that if something comes our way, we can move, you know, and that means obviously access to day one money, confidence that you can do it, build team as well, because you know, like our problem, we've sat on stuff for 2 years that we should have built out, servicing fucking debt that we could have built faster, but we haven't, because we've tried to just fit it into what we've already got.
So back in the van, just done our call with Chris and Alex. We've just agreed that we now need to hire someone in the office, someone with a little bit of project management experience maybe, or wants to delve into that side but can also undertake admin and bits and bobs like that. And now I'm pretty much I am on my way to look at an extension job, and it's literally a stone throw from my house, so just driving up there now, but it's absolutely peeing down, otherwise I'd have walked over here because it's that close. But let's go have a look. Right, so just had a quick look at that one. Again, totally miles away on the budget, so thought it was going to cost about 50 grand. Got absolutely no chance to any way that he's going to build a double-storey extension on the side of his house, full width of the house, garage, kitchen on the back, 2 bedrooms upstairs, full knock through, just not going to happen. So, and it's not, you know what I mean, it's not that they're ignorant, or it's not that they're trying to pull a fast one or anything like that. People just generally just don't know. So it's why I always ask what their budget is. A lot of people think you're asking that so you can get as close to it as possible. You know, it's that old "you make me an offer" thing. You know, you always want someone to make you the offer first, because you think you might be able to get it cheaper, but that's definitely not how it is. It's about wasting theirs and my time. There's no point me quoting for something, you know, that I think's going to come in at around about 75, 80 grand if they think it's going to only cost 50,000. So, but I think they're open to the fact that, yeah, it is going to cost more. They just didn't understand that. So it's not the, yeah, it's that's it, end of it. They're going to have a think. They're going to try and raise some more money because they want to do it. So, and I was just explained, you know, it will put the money on the house, the price of the house. So let's get back in that office now and carry on. So while I'm in the office at the moment, I've just had a couple of notifications from our project management software that we use. It's called Monday.com. And I just wanted to show you just how powerful it is and how it works really well for us. So just have a quick look at this. So if you look here, our live jobs, I don't want to get too close because there's personal information really, well, not so much there, but our live jobs are here. They all run down from like unqualified leads to awaiting quote sent, and then if it gets accepted, it gets turned into a live job. But take the job where the lads are working this morning, well, some of them. We've got like a feed, so if we press there, it opens up this feed here. So, and if you can see there, Ben Owen, who's one of my main lads, has basically been feeding me these pictures all morning. So if you see yesterday there, he's basically identified an asbestos soil pipe, which is obviously going to need removing. Ben is actually asbestos trained himself to remove that, but obviously we couldn't get rid of it, so we've got a company that we use. But he's highlighted that, and then every lad on site sees that and then has identified the risk then. So it tells us here how many people have seen it. So up to now it's just me, but the rest of the lads will get a notification. So they're all aware that there's a hazard on site, you know, which is asbestos soil pipe. And then here he's sent me pictures of the drainage that he's put in. So those can go back to building regs to say, if they say there's no pea gravel in or anything like that, we can clearly see there that there is. And then he's done the build up of the slab. So he's put here 150 mil of hardcore and whack it in. He's actually ringing me now. So just paid me VAT and my CIS, and it's not me sick. Obviously, growing a company and scaling a company comes with its issues, and obviously the amount of money you have to pay out goes up with the amount of profit that you're trying to make. So obviously you're doing more work, you know, you're turning more revenue over, so the amount of VAT that you're going to pay and the amount of CIS, you know, because the more workers you've got, is obviously going to increase. So, and it's just like, yeah, it's like 15 grand just gone, just like that. Knocks you fucking sick. So I'm going to call it a day now, and I'm going to see you tomorrow, because it is now 6:45 and I've had enough today. It's been a long day, so I will see you again, guys, tomorrow.
There's 5 bolts in here anytime.
Yeah.
Guys all measured.
There's some extra barcodes now, aren't we?
Yep. It's all yeah.
Morning guys, it's Thursday and we are basically nipping down to Penkle New Road now to meet up with the plaster. We've got a little bit of plaster that's come off, so need to get that patched. Couple of little other jobs that the lads can do while they're there. Just pulled away from Wimslow because we're just waiting for the scaffold to come down so we can get the lower roof on. and then I need to get back here, get changed. I am playing paddle this morning. It's a networking event, one that Dale and I forget the other lad's name is organising. So yeah, we'll nip over to that, and then this later on we've got the war rooms with Chris and Alex, and then in between just got a load of stuff in this office to try and get covered paperwork wise. So I've got my little list here, what have I got to do here, so yeah, so I've got to order a front door for Wimslow, order a back door for Baskerville Road, a few other bits, and I've just got to tidy up the accounting software, just make sure everything's up to date, because we're pretty much halfway to the 28th again. Fucking flies by, doesn't it? So yeah, let's get over there. So just met up with a few of the lads over on the Penkelney Road job, and I'm a bit miffed, to be honest, because last time I was here I left a full list of stuff that needed to be done, and again stuff's been started and not finished, and it's kind of it winds me up. It's getting on my tits, and other than being on site 24/7 kind of babysitting them, I literally don't know what the fuck to do now. So I've just gone round with them. I've got a few lads there. Hopefully they can get it all tidied up and sorted out, because we need the place renting out. You know, it's fucking dragging on now. I know we've got the problem with the chimneys where we just need it to dry out. That can't be helped. But, you know, when I leave a list of jobs and some of them get done, some of them get part done, and then I get told, yeah, it's all done now, apart from things like buying a cooker, you know, things that they can't do, buying a toilet seat, which is fair enough. But yeah, the rest of the stuff, just fucking half done, you know what I mean? There's kind of bits of plastic, rubbish just left on top of the carpet, and it's like, for fuck's sake. But I need to get over now to this networking event. Hopefully these lads will get it sorted. I've left them clear instructions of what I want doing, so if it's not done, I think we're going to end up with all the lads meeting together, and I'm going to have a chat with them. You know, the slab that the building inspector's going to go and look at today over at Blurton, they've not, well, they have now, it's sorted now, but they didn't, you know, I told them over and over again, because you're stepping into a garage from what's part of the house, it needs to have a 100mm step in case of any spillages or anything like that from vehicles. So we get there, flush floor, I'm like, for fuck's sake. Not listened, have you? I spent an hour here the other day going through everything, trying to make you understand what needed doing, and to be honest, we've done it 100 times before. You know, we've built extensions with garages in them many times before, so it's just a case of stuff's going over people's heads. They're not fucking paying attention, really, they're not listening. So, and I've just said to one of the brickies this morning, you should have listened. I was there an hour with you, telling you. So, and if you didn't understand them, say so, you know, don't just nod your head, say yes, and then it fucking ends up where it's got to be reworked, which is ultimately costing me money because I'm paying their wages. So, like I say, the teething problems, we're going to get through them. If we don't, just go back to me in a van, simple as, you know what I mean? I've always got that to fall back on. Me, maybe another couple of lads in a van, dead easy, you know, and it's unfortunate, but if they're not towing the line, you know what I mean, and they're not keeping on with what they should be doing and what I'm asking of them, what more can I do? Sorry, we're now on our way over to Ace Paddle for the networking event. Forget what it's called now. Can't remember. It's a networking event, property networking event combined with game of paddle, basically. So I went a couple of weeks ago, quite enjoyed it. So attending again, and you know, there's quite a lot of people there that I need to speak to as well. So, but the morning I've had, you know what I mean, stuff not being done properly, plumber again, you know, should have been done by now. He promised us faithfully that he would get it done over a few nights last week or the week before it was, still not done. Just messaged him and getting to a point now where I think I'm just going to have to issue a court letter or, you know, send it to small claims court, because he is absolutely taking the piss now. And then just fucking stuff. Got an inspector due out to inspect a slab. Just spoke to him. He's just mentioned radon gas. And he's a known building inspector from a company that I stopped using specifically because of him. He's intentionally awkward. And now he's moved to the one we use. But yeah, it's causing us all kinds of mither this morning, you know what I mean? Lads not getting jobs done finished properly. Got lads whinging at me because they're travelling up to Wimslow and they're moaning about the fuel, you know what I mean? Like, I can control the price of fuel. Nothing to do with me. Speak to Mr. Trump. Just fucking... And now I'm going to this event and I feel guilty now because I'm not actually taking time for myself. It's to do with work. But I'm taking myself out of the equation. I'm going to have to switch my phone off for a bit. And I just feel like, you know what I mean, I can't take my mind off this. So, and it's just going to fucking ruin this event for me. So, and it's due to the fact that things are not getting done, finished off properly. People are not doing what they say they're going to. Plumber. Building inspector's been intentionally a bit of a prick. You know, he's come from another company that we kind of left to get rid of him. He's like a fucking bad cold. And now, he's just got a general fucking mither just from the day-to-day running of a building company. All in here, and I've got to go and switch off and network and play a fucking game of paddle as well. So, I just don't feel like doing it. And it's wrong, you know what I mean? I run this company in order for me to have, you know what I mean, a bit of a better way of life than it would if I was working for someone. And it never seems to get any better. So I'm constantly striving for it. I'm not giving up, by the way, you know what I mean? I'll keep pushing. We'll find his way through these teething problems. But yeah, it's starting to fucking grate a little bit at the minute. So, but let's get over there now. And see if we can make some connections. So we're now over at Ace Paddle for the Investment Served networking event. So it's a bit of a weird one anytime. There's not many networking events where you actually play sports. So we're over on that court, I think. We've got a bit of a tournament going on. Dale's here, the guy who organises it. Probably have a chat with him in a minute. But yeah, something a bit different. Looking forward to it. I enjoyed it last time, so I've come back for more. Morning guys, it's Friday, so bit of a shit morning this morning already. We've basically had a call from the neighbour and also the estate agent yesterday just to say that the Ford Green Road, so the property that got trashed, that we've recently put back into the, you know, how it was, you know, done all the repairs, sorted out the bits and bobs that needed doing, got it up for sale. I had a viewing yesterday, and when the estate agents got there, someone had been round the back, tipped all the bins all over the place, been in the garage, left the garage door open. So probably put the prospective buyer off. Honestly. So I've just sent Ben up there now with the pickup. It's basically to just get all the rubbish, even out of the bins, get it all in the pickup and just go and take it the tip. And then to try and secure the garage door. So that could have been the buyer, you know what I mean? That could have been that place sold. And you see what I mean about we just constantly having bad luck with this place. So that's why I want to sell it, you know. It's not on an amazing rate when we refinanced it, because we refinanced it when the rates were like sky high. So it's not particularly performing, it's not earning that well. We've had 2 really bad tenants that have basically fucking trashed the place. Yeah, so it's just, I think it's just got a bad omen. And I'm not normally superstitious like that. I don't believe in all that shit, but yeah, the sooner it's gone, the better for me. So we can put the money in other places. But yeah, I need to now get over to Baskerville Road, because again, the plumber's not turned up. It's getting to the point now where I'm just going to go to small claims court, because he is absolutely taking the piss. You know, he's saying he can only do it at nights because he's working this job. I've given him 2 weeks worth of nights. He's been there a few nights, you know what I mean? He had me shopping round at fucking 10:30 at night, picking up all those materials for him, and he's already been paid for them. Yeah, and he hasn't turned up. I messaged him and he's like, oh yeah, I needed to be at home and such, we're having an extension built at home. And it's like, fucking hell, yeah, I bet he's there every day. And then, yeah, he's just like, I don't think I can get to it till Monday. Meanwhile, I've got lads sitting, waiting to get that place boarded and finished. Upstairs, they've started plastering now. So, need to get over there. Basically, I'm going to get Martin, and obviously Bryn is a, registered gas fitter. He's just, lacking on the experience a little bit. But Martin's done loads of gas fitting and plumbing, but not registered. So, just going to get them both between them to just get it finished off so we can get it boarded and get the bloody face finished off and rented out. Then I'm going to shoot over to Wimslow to meet up with my plasterer and my electrician, just to have a quick look over that. And then, yeah, don't know what's in for the rest of the day. It's probably in this office getting ready for, we've basically taken on a project manager / admin guy. So just a general, guy within the industry, just to basically sit in that desk opposite me, go around the sites, make sure everything's running on schedule. Someone for the lads to basically report any problems to, rather than coming to me all the time, because it's just bogging me down constantly. I can't get, the important jobs done, like bringing more work into the company. Hopefully that works out. He's on obviously a 3-month probationary period to start off, but if it all works out, great. So I have to get all the bits and bobs ready for him, email address, logins, all that kind of stuff. So let's get on it. Not getting much done study here, am I?
Not happy, are we, Ben?
What?
Not happy.
Who's laughing?
Us.
Crap. Dirty bastard.
Dirty bastard.
So, met up with Martin and Bep over here at Baskerville Road. They're going to try and get this plumbing finished off. A few other bits as well need doing for the plastery, bits of boarding and stuff like that. Some beading and what have you. So they're going to try and get that tied off. I'm going to head over to Wimslow now to meet up with our electrician. And then I've got a customer that's come back to me last night for a quote that we did. Just wants to go through the quote and have a look at, try and get us booked in for quite an extensive garage conversion over in Longton. So just stepped over to the Wimslow job. I've just met up with the electrician and also the plasterer. They've been coming had a quick look. There's a few extra, the electrician had already quoted for the job, but there's a few extra spotlights, external sockets, floodlights, just bits and bobs extra that the customer wanted. So I've just thought it was a good idea to meet them both up here, go through exactly what's needed so as we can get it all basically underway. They've come up, they've looked at the job, like the job to be honest, it's nice and clean in there. Needs a bit of a tidy up out the back, and then we've got quite a bit of rubbish piling up now, which I think we're either going to have to get the tipper up here or we're going to have to get a grab, get rid of it all. But yeah, let's go have a quick look what's happening inside. So as you can see with this one, it's a 1930s detached house. it's in Wimslow, so it's a very desirable location. Well, let's go have a quick look what we're doing with it. So initially the whole thing's been taken back to brick. We've had to raise the floor so as we can insulate underneath the floor. Living room's gone back to brick. We've sectioned all this back section over. There's been steels put in there and across there with goalposts to allow us to section this like open plan kitchen sharp diner thing. Quick look there. You see the steels, goalposts across there. And then there's one running that way to hold that main wall up that goes up into the roof. And then we've got this one here, and then this lower section here is going to be a flat roof with a sky pod in it. Let's just go have a look at the back, see what we're looking at. So yeah, it's been a pretty good job, this one has. Kept neat and tidy inside. I've had a few instances, mainly from fucking bricklayers, choking shit off that scaffold, just making a mess. We've had a good tidy up, so have a quick look at it. So yeah, it's quite a decent size extension. Double story on that right hand side there, left hand side, depending how you're looking at it. Then single story here, bi-folding doors across the top, across the back, sorry. And then we've got those two tall windows either side to give that almost kind of wraparound feel with the windows. And then new back door there. Let's go have a quick look upstairs. So this one's actually come to us via another builder. He's a friend, basically got out of the industry and all he's doing now is developing, but not doing any customer facing work. So we've come and basically finished this one off. So basically kept the same layout upstairs because of all the walls that are already in, but what we've done here is we've sectioned that bedroom off slightly, created an ensuite there. So this is the master bedroom. Then got that box room there. We created a new bathroom off the side here, another bedroom there, and then the double story sort of the extension has created this bedroom here. So we've maintained the vaulted section at the bottom of the trusses there. So yeah, this is a typical job what Greenwood do. So we build a lot of extensions, we do a lot of refurbishment, but we also do a lot of new build stuff as well. So this is typical really of, you know, best part of what we do. You've got the element of the extension and you've got the element of the refurb. So yeah, typical. So what we need to do now is, because we met up with them, everything's all hunky-dory with them, they're going away. Electrician's gonna give me a start date. He's gonna add those few extras onto his quote, just make sure that it's right with the customer. And then he can get up here. Windows are due here next week, so they're all on order. Bi-folding doors on order, front doors on order. She'll be with us, I think it was the 24th or the 25th. Get them fitted, get the first fix done for the electrics and the plumbing, and then we'll be on to plastering, so we'll be on the back end of this one. So, and then we need to get outside, so not sure quite what we're doing out there yet. We've been crushing some of the brick and leaving it and building the ground up, so I'm assuming that there's going to be some kind of patio. But yeah, right, let's get back now, get all the information together to go and see this customer that's potentially wants to book in for this small well, it's not small, it's quite a big one, garage conversion. Back in the van. So we're now in the van on the way over to Timothy Close, I think it is, up in Longton. Customers inquired about garage conversion probably a couple of weeks ago. We sent a price over. We've been asked if we can just go and meet up and go through a few bits and bobs on the quote. As a look to getting it booked in, asked us how, you know, what our lead time is, when we can get onto it. Yeah, so just nipping over there now. Back in the van again. So just been had a look at that little job. Say little job's quite a big garage conversion, to be honest. Kitchen inside it. The problem we've got is the drawings have been done by, how do we explain this? Not an amazing architect. So there's no detail on there for building regulations whatsoever. You know, there's bits of insulation on there. It's like he's designed the existing roof for the garage. It's just got like a 6B2 rafter across, it's flat roof, but he's basically just drawn a massive sky lantern, so like a sky pod on top of this roof. And I've just said to the customer that roof's not strong enough to hold a sky lantern. It's going to need like extra support, whether it's steel beams or whether it's joists that are bolted together, but all that needs to be calculated by a structural engineer. And then we need some clarification on, you know, the insulation properties, because what he's designed there is a cold deck roof and they're just not acceptable no more. It needs to be a warm deck. So if we're going to do a cold deck, then it's going to have to be cross-battened for ventilation, just so as you don't get mould and stuff on it, because it's not ventilated. But he'd only put 160 mils worth of rock wool insulation in the void, which in my opinion is not enough for today's standards, you know, with a new Part L and what have you. So I've just had to say, you're going to have to go back to your architect and get all of this clarified, and then get it submitted to building control and just check that everything's okay, because my quote at the minute is based on quite a lot of assumptions. So in order to give you a precise quote, because they're remortgaging, that's what they need, we're going to have to go back to your architect. And she's just asked how much would it be for my architect to redo them. So, and I was like, you've already paid, you know what I mean, you might as well go back to him and get what you've paid for. So I know it's probably going to take you a bit of time, but you need to get it right, because last thing you want to do is mortgage and then, you know what I mean, it not work out. So hey up, Ben's here on the phone. Hello?
Hey up, what time they coming?
Between 3:30 and 3, so you better hurry up.
Fucking hell, yeah. Fucking on the way now. Fucking traffic everywhere, man.
I know, I'll ring him now and just let him know you're on your way, so he's not sitting.
Yeah, I'm just going past Only Force Park.
Yeah, you'll be there before I am. I'm still fucking Longton way, so.
Yeah, so right.
Yeah, alright, so I'll ring him now, just
Yeah,
let him
know.
Yeah, let him know you're on your way up to him.
Well, man.
Alright, see you, man.
But.
Sure. So we've got a 1 ton dumper, like a skip loader that goes up and over the top of a skip, coming for the new builder over in Congleton Road, because we just can't get a grab wagon up the drive. We can't get a skip wagon up the drive, so we've just been loading the crap in a big pile, and it's got to the point now where you can't see over the top of it and it's falling on the drive. So we've got one of those coming. That's what Ben's just ringing for. He's on his way up there, and then we're just going to load that. We're going to have a skip dropped on the road, and it's going to be loaded and then got rid of straight away, so we don't need a permit. So he's just going to go up there and take delivery of this dumper that we've got for 2 days. Let's get back to the office, or how do we say it? Let's get back to HQ. See you in a bit. So to finish the week off, we're going out for a walk. This is what excites me. I like getting out in nature. Me and the missus, or whether it's me and the lads on the bike, just sorts me out for the next week. Bit of fresh air, plenty of grass, and my missus pointing at me telling me I'm a loser because I'm talking to the camera. Hey Lise, just show them what you did, Lise. Basically decided last night none of the lads are out riding, so get out here, jumped in the camper this morning, packed a few sandwiches, and we're about 7 miles in now. So this is up there, climbing up there, better catch up with her, Anna. and then I need to get back to the office and get this video put together for you lot. And that is your lot for this week, guys. So hope you enjoyed that. It's been one of them weeks, that goes without saying. You've only got to look back at some of the shit that we've had to deal with this week, but we got through it and we're on to the next week. So if you enjoyed the video and you want to watch another one, maybe last week's, have a look up there. If you want to subscribe, and it'll mean the world, guys, I really need you to subscribe to this channel to help us boost it. Have a look over there and I'll see you guys again.